Hi everyone, Tricia and Bryony here, just to give you a bit of an intro to our thinking behind Gloriously Ordinary co-production. Like Gloriously Ordinary language, Gloriously Ordinary co-production stems from our thinking about gloriously ordinary lives, which is about all of us living great lives, the lives we choose to lead. And that any support we need to do that should have its absolute focus on our whole lives, not just on services to make sure we can get up, dressed, fed, and access the community.
Gloriously ordinary language talks about the power of words in shaping what we think it's okay to do to people when we plan, design, and offer support. One of the things you can find on the Gloriously Ordinary Language website is our different categories of words in the awesome graphic by Dr. Penn Mendonça. One of the categories is deceptive words, the words that, as John O'Brien says, float away like balloons as the intention, mindfulness, is lost from what we're doing. They are words that might have more than one meaning or be used with different agendas and intentions. And we think that co-production is one of these words.
We've both been working with people and organisations for a very long time, and the idea and language of co-production has really taken hold over the last few years. But the way people think and talk about co-production is starting to make us go, hmm. There are a few reasons why we think co-production has floated away from the gloriously ordinary and from Edgar Cahn, because everything that happens in the name of co-production, we think, needs to trace back to his core values.
Edgar Cahn talks about co-production being a different imagining of the world we know. But instead of this mindset shift, this reimagining, co-production has become something we do, something else to do on top of the day job. It's become the task and responsibility of organisations, and more often the task and responsibility of one lead officer. When we look at the language of co-production, it's clear there's a lack of any sense of shifting or sharing power. We're still dividing people into different camps: professionals and service users, those with lived experience, us and them. And so much of the language reflects an approach that involves inviting those people into our domain: engagement, empowerment, involvement.
There's also a heavy focus on the need to have a strategy and a plan and of getting our own house in order first. Then, when we do start to engage and involve people, it's generally on our terms to suit our agendas. And it's all about the strategic stuff, and often only happens in meeting rooms, in council and organisations' offices. The focus is very much on services and making services better. There's very little sense of the bottom layer of the sandwich. This is about people's lives. This is the part that we think is most important and the bit that matters most. 100% of us are interested in our own lives and how gloriously ordinary they are. Some of us are interested in how organisations that support us work, in policies and practice. A few of us might be interested in strategy. But if I'm not in control of my life and my support, then no amount of asking me to help with a policy is going to change that.
So we wanted to do something to try and tackle all of these things and bring co-production back to Edgar Cahn's core values of what he describes as valuing people as assets, which is simply remembering everyone has something to offer, as well as the idea of reciprocity and expecting stuff from each other, the idea of social capital, and the importance of investing in connections and relationships, and the concept of work and of recognising and rewarding the value of all the work we do.
Edgar Cahn was a super smart academic, and not all of us are. We love his book, No More Throwaway People, but are really aware that it's quite a hard read and won't work for everyone. To help translate his thinking, we've created our co-production sandwich and 2 bottom lines and 4 tests for gloriously ordinary co-production. And you have the chance to explore all of these and much more with us in 2 programmes.
Our Curious programme is for organisations who are curious and want to know more about co-production and what it takes to make and keep co-production gloriously ordinary. It's an introduction, a day for you to bring together about 50 people working with or for your organisation to get everyone on the same page about what co-production is and isn't. By the end of this session, you will understand how co-production currently looks and feels where you live and work, and have some ideas about what needs to change.
If you want to spend a bit more time, then our Together programme is for organisations who want to spend a whole year with us and with people from other organisations, really exploring what it takes to make gloriously ordinary co-production a reality. As well as the theory, in our year together, we'll spend lots of time looking at practical changes at every level of the co-production sandwich, from planning for gloriously ordinary lives with people at the bottom layer, to the bits in the middle, like commissioning and recruitment, to the genuine commitment and power shift required at the strategic level. We'll gather and share lots of stories and examples along the way, and you'll continue to benefit from each other's ideas and learning once the year is over through our alumni sessions.
There's lots more info on the Gloriously Ordinary co-production website, and do get in touch with us if you'd like to know more.